And we're good to go.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Ernest Covington III. I'm the Executive Director of the Rhode Island Commission on the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. And I want to welcome our Employment Committee of the Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. This is one of our many subcommittees. We're very excited today to have all of you here to see our very first virtual job fair. We've never done this before, and I'm sure none of you have ever done this before either. It's pretty much like a regular job fair, very, very similar. Employers have joined us today, and you'll have an opportunity to meet with them. They'll be talking about employment opportunities, and you'll be able to ask some questions. The only difference being virtual is that we will hold this job fair online, obviously, through the internet, which is actually pretty cool. So today on Zoom, we've got a bunch of people. Instead of having to drive here and come together in person, we're all in our own locations. Because of COVID, obviously, it's thrown us all off our game, and especially when it comes to employment. And so for folks with disabilities, it's even harder. Many people have actually lost their jobs. So we're really excited to introduce to Rhode Island an opportunity for those of you who are looking for jobs to meet with some of the employers who are hiring in Rhode Island. We'll be holding, we'll be seeing two companies today. We'll have two companies tomorrow and another two companies on Thursday. So we'll get to see 6 companies altogether. This is a chance for you to talk about job opportunities. It's a chance for you to, well, we're gonna have you muted so that we can just proceed with the actual presentations. And then we can turn you back on at the end. And we'd like you to have your cameras off as well, because it's better quality when everyone's camera is off, except for the presenters. And while you're watching the different employers talk about their companies, enjoy yourself. And then when you're done and the presentation is over, we'll have about 10 minutes for questions and answers. And then for people who are actually looking for a job in particular, should be asking the questions. And that'll, like I said, will be a 10-minute session. If you'd like to put your questions in chat first, that would be very helpful. And that way we can then go ahead and turn on your voice and your video if you want to ask it in person. So you have those two options. We'll call your name when we see your hand is up or when we see that you have a question. So we'll call on you and then you can open your camera. Try to keep your questions very general, not specific to your situation, because this is for everyone's benefit. And then after the question and answers, you can get the contact information of the employers. And if you are a job seeker, you can contact the employers directly after this meeting. If there are more questions, or if you'd like to send your resume, we'll make that easy for you. And if it looks like you're a good fit for the job, that's great. So thank you for your attendance today. We're really excited to be doing this. And I'd like to introduce a couple of speakers now. We have Amanda, and she is from Amazon. You've probably seen the t-shirts and the trucks and everything. Very, very cool. There's Amanda holding up her t-shirt. That's really cool. Thank you, Amanda. And we have this interpreted So Amanda, talk about your job and your situation, and we'll make sure that you are interpreted for the audience. I'm going to spotlight the interpreter now.
One moment, please. There we go. Go ahead, Amanda.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda. I am an engagement coordinator out of the Fall River location in Amazon. One of the things I love about Amazon is that we have locations everywhere. We have many in Providence. We have 4 actually in Providence, 1 in Fall River. We have some in Taunton, some in Stoughton. And my colleague Emily is also here. She is part of our Stoughton market. And she actually has some experience with ASL. So we wanted her to be a part of this so that everyone can see that Amazon is inclusive in all of our hiring. Do we have any questions before we start?
If you have any questions, you can pop open your video or quickly send us a chat. We'll wait for just a quick moment for that. It looks like we're set. Go ahead.
Okay, well then welcome to Amazon. So why do we want to work for Amazon? Amazon's mission is to be the Earth's most customer-centric company. We are customer focused and we work backwards. So anything that the customer may need, we then build our processes around how to make those customers happy and keep coming back. We have many different sizes and shapes of the buildings as well as our employees, literally from here to Germany to Japan. There are places everywhere across the world. One of the things that Amazon prides himself on is the growth. When you come in as a tier 1 employee, which is our entry-level position, you have opportunity to grow both laterally and up in the scale on management. Managers are usually chosen within Amazon, so if you're interested in growing with a company, this is a great place to start. Couple things that you should have as qualities is positive work attitude and leadership skills, excellent job performance and productivity, quality, safety, and attendance. And you want to make sure that you have a commitment to safety. We do everything in our power to keep our employees and our customers safe in all aspects of our daily life. One of the reasons I love Amazon is we support all abilities. We are a very diverse group of people. We have everything from wounded soldiers to the hard of hearing to people who need service animals. We even have a couple of blind people working for us. So it's, you know, we really try to include all of the abilities that everyone has regardless of what your capabilities are. What are Amazon jobs like? Amazon is very relaxed. Both Emily and myself are in t-shirts and jeans today. I'm actually in pajamas for pajamas day for childhood cancer. So very relaxed dress code. We all stand or walk anywhere from 4 to 10 hours a day, depending on the shift and your location that you're in. You will be moving around a lot. You must be able to lift up to 49 pounds. That's with or without an accommodation. And if you need an accommodation, that's something that you can work with your HR team. And then in some facilities, we also have the powered industrial trucks. These are our powered forklifts, pallet jacks, those kind of things. We'll train you on how to do it so you don't have to worry about not having experience. Some of the benefits of working from Amazon, depending on the role that you're coming in, you could have some medical coverage. You could have options for the 401k investment, time off options, and employee assistance. We have an employee assistance program that ranges everything from helping you find childcare to therapy sessions to working on finances for the house or a mortgage. So it's a really great program. They also have a really cool discount hub that you can get discounts on all kinds of things. So a lot of people ask, what's the hiring process? The hiring process is very easy. We have moved almost all of it online. COVID has changed a lot of what everyone is doing. So we've moved almost our entire hiring process onto the web. So you can do it right from the comfort of your home. You would start your job application. This is going to take you anywhere about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how good you are with a computer. In that process, you will take an assessment. The assessment is a sorting game of sorts. It's sort of like Tetris, but in a truck. You'll have to put some packages around and make sure that you follow the directions. That's what we're looking for, is to make sure that you have an attention to detail. From there, once you pass the assessment and you choose your shift that you'd like to come in and work, you'd then come see us at our new hiring event. We have the new hiring events in local hotels or at Fall River Fulfillment Center as well. So you'll be, if you get an address for a hotel, don't be nervous. That's on purpose. The hotels provide us space to allow for safety of all. We will be doing drug testing, so you need to make sure that you are aware to stay for that drug test as well. And then once everything comes back, your background check, your drug test, and we're ready to get you started, you'll be sent your online new hire orientation. This is very new to Amazon. Most of our new hire orientations were all in person. So you get to sit on the couch and watch about 3 hours worth of videos, but you do get paid for that. So that's very important. And then after you finish that, you come in for your first day. From start to finish, from the start of the application to your first day, we try to aim to have you hired and working within 14 days. Now that is dependent on your contingencies passing, but we do try to aim for that 14-day mark. A lot of people ask, what are the typical shift schedules? We have part-time shifts and we have full-time shifts. Some of our part-time shifts are 3 to 4 days a week, 4 to 5 hours a day. That could also change to just 2 days a week and 10 hours a day. It depends on the location. The full-time shifts are typically 8 to 10 hours a day, and they usually include a weekend. So it would be Sunday through Wednesday would be the front half, or it could be Wednesday through Saturday, which is our back half. If you notice, it all includes some type of weekend. We are a 24/7 operation, so we are working around the clock. There are night shifts, there are day shifts, there's weekend shifts, there's part-time, there's full-time. We have a lot of different flexible opportunities. So some of the locations that we have in our immediate area, and I know we're working with the Rhode Island market. In Providence itself, we have a delivery station. The delivery station is the last opportunity for Amazon employees to touch those boxes before it gets to our customer, making sure that the boxes are sealed correctly. They get put onto the delivery trucks from there. They're already packaged, you're just sorting them onto the delivery trucks. The other opportunity that we have in Providence is Whole Foods. We have Whole Foods shoppers, which is in the grocery store setting. This is a typically 4-hour shift, and you are helping to shop the orders that are coming in for the Whole Foods online orders. In Fall River, we have a fulfillment center. The fulfillment center is one of the biggest in New England. They have over 2,000 employees, and the building is over 1 million square feet. It's huge. This is where all of our product is housed. So you could be packing, you could be picking orders, you could be taking things from the trucks and putting them away on the shelves. You could be receiving. Any of those options are something that you could be doing and learning. There's lots of opportunity for growing within, and if you come in as a packer, you could be then sent to learn how to pick, and vice versa. So there's a lot of opportunity in our fulfillment centers. And then we also have our sortation centers. The sortation center is the packages that are already done at the fulfillment center, and then they come here to get sorted to the delivery stations. So this is kind of in between of the fulfillment and the delivery station. So this is just a little bit more about the fulfillment center. You want to make sure that you do know that you'll be working in a warehouse. You are there 10 hours a day, sometimes longer. Most fulfillment center shifts are full-time. Occasionally we will have part-time, but most of them are full-time. The sortation center, no sortation center is the same. The shifts run anywhere from 15 hours to 25 hours a week. You can work up to 30 hours if you are a part-time employee. Something to note about the sortation center is you can choose what days you want to work based on availability. So at your new hiring event, you'll be choosing your days, and that you'll also be choosing your time as well. And delivery stations, most of our delivery stations work overnight and sometime into the early morning. So if you're a night person, this would be a really great place for you. All you're doing is you're taking the already packaged boxes and you're putting them into the trucks and getting them ready for delivery the next day. And the Whole Foods, one thing I did not mention is the Whole Foods is the most flexible option we have for an employer standpoint. This is a choose your own schedule. You would commit to 1 day of training, and then you would log into our app and you would choose the schedule that's available. So if you wanted to work 2 to 6 on Friday and it was available, you could do that. If you decided you didn't want to work today or you just wasn't feeling very well this week, that's okay. You didn't have to work this week. The requirement for Whole Foods is that you work 3 shifts a month to stay active. And something that's really great about Amazon is they want everyone to succeed, regardless of whether that's within Amazon or outside. They offer a career choice program. This career choice program pays 95% of tuition and fees for certain programs in school up to an associate's degree. You have to be with us for a year to qualify for this, but it's a really great program that we have. And then occasionally some of the centers will offer career skills. Those skills could be an Excel class or some customer service training or even resume building and interview workshops. It depends on your center that you'll be in, but these are offered. And then the last thing is the Associate to Tech. This is a really great program. This is a 90-day program in which you would come in as a Tier 1 employee and you would work side by side our tech team on site, and you would learn from them almost as a mentorship. And then after 90 days, you'd be open to the opportunities that are available for our IT program. So that concludes our presentation of what Amazon has to offer. Just a quick note, these are the easiest ways to apply. So you can go to amazon.com/Rhode Island hourly jobs. This is going to show all of the jobs in the area, including Stoughton, Milford, and I believe Bellingham will be on there as well. And then you can also take a look at what we have for all of our All Abilities program that we have, different opportunities for you. And if you're not interested in a Tier 1 entry level, you can certainly go to amazon.com/jobs to see what else is available for you. And if you're not really ready to apply, but you want to get some information, this text campaign is the best way to get information. You'll get a text maybe once, maybe twice a week, letting you know of the opportunities in the area. So I want to thank you for joining us today, and let us know if you have any questions.
Hi, Amanda. My name's Betsy Beach, and I'm on the Employment Committee. And there is one question out there. So do you have any experience requesting sign language interpreters for job interviews?
We do. There's actually a process that we have when you come in for the new hiring event. We submit for that request for the interpreters to come in for your first day and second day. They usually guarantee the interpreters at least 2 days, and if you needed more, we could request more. But after the 2 days of training, you're pretty much on your own and can, use your own systems. But yes, we do have interpreters on site that are available for requests.
Great, thank you. And I'm wondering if Emily could say a bit about her perspective on the Amazon job.
Hi, everybody. My name is Emily. So I've had some experience working with deaf and hard of hearing folks. I started in the Stoughton warehouse. I've taken a few sign language classes a couple of years ago. I'm a little bit rusty at it, not the best at it, but I have been able to assist my deaf and hard of hearing coworkers with some communication between like the managers and them, or like the learning department and the deaf and hard of hearing, my associates. So Amazon really is all inclusive. They want to make sure that everybody can get a job. And like Amanda was saying, the request for the interpreters goes through pretty fast. And they usually guarantee up to 2 days with 2 interpreters.
Great, thank you, Emily. And actually 2 more questions. What is your policy for hiring someone with a criminal record? Do you take it on a case-by-case basis? That's the first one. And the second one is, what about staff meetings? Do you hire ASL interpreters for staff meetings? I think that was it for questions.
I will take the first one. In terms of the background check, it is done on a case-by-case basis. We do recommend that if there is an issue on your background that may come up, that you disclose that in your application process. If you don't disclose it and something comes up, that's automatic grounds for rejection. So just make sure that if there is something on your background or family member or friend's background, you just want to make sure that you disclose it. It is looked at on a case-by-case basis. And then
we're going to switch interpreters, so if you can hold for just 1 moment.
Sure.
1 moment, please. Okay. And we're all set. Go ahead.
So in terms of the background, again, it's case-by-case basis. You want to make sure that you disclose. And then the second question was, do they hire ASL for staff meetings? And I can only speak for the Fall River location. And I know that when we do our all hands meeting, they do have ASL interpreters. They have some virtually now with COVID, but they do allow for that so that everyone has that opportunity to hear all of the information.
Great, thank you. And last question, do you hire any work at home staff? Or is there anybody working from home?
So us directly, Emily and my team, our jobs are to hire for the warehouse specifically. So that answer is no, but Amazon does have a lot of virtual positions, especially with what's happening in the world right now. A lot of people are working from home. So if you were to go onto amazon.com/jobs, you would be able to look for virtual opportunities.
And it looks like we have a question from someone that's popped open their video. So we're going to highlight them. Give me just one moment, please. Here we go. Simon, can you see the interpreter?
Yes,
Or
hold
can
on.
you see the?
I'm gonna pin him. I have to pin him. Hold on 1 second. If you can remove your slide, that would help me.
If you can close screen sharing, there we
Now
go.
we got it. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you very
Perfect.
much. Okay, now for the applicants, okay, at Amazon, how long is the process before one could expect to hear back from them?
And give me just a moment to highlight the, to spotlight the interpreter to answer that. 1 second.
Okay, sure.
So you could apply today and come in for your new hire event tomorrow. Our background checks and our drug tests take about 5 to 7 business days.
Can you say that
Process.
again? It said she's saying that the screen froze.
Sure, we can start over. So if you were to apply today, you could come in tomorrow for our new hiring event. That would start your background check and your drug test. Your drug test and background check will take about 5 to 7 business days to process. And then you can get started.
Okay, that's interesting. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Any other questions?
I don't see any other questions. Maybe Bethany or Ernest can come back on to see if there's anything else that we need to do. That's maybe it.
Let me just, 1 moment, please. So our next presenter will be coming in at in a few minutes at 2:45. So here's Ernest. 1 moment. I'm going to spotlight him. Give me 1 moment. I apologize. Here we go. Go ahead, Ernest.
Yes, thank you, Amanda and Emily, for explaining about your presentation and the work, what it looks like over there at Amazon. It's really fascinating what's going on there. And I'm hoping that, the deaf and hard of hearing individuals will go ahead and apply for those applications there. And I think that, Amazon is a very friendly place and, with hiring people with disabilities. So I really wanted to thank you for really participating in this job fair and giving your presentation. So what I would like to do right now is to wait a few moments for the next presenter to speak about their place of employment. And so people are coming in at different times and so forth like that, but there are going to be various people coming in at 2:45. But I want to take this opportunity to thank the two of you. And I hope that you who are participating in this event right now, the virtual job fair, do not hang up, do not step out. There are other presenters about to come in.
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having us.
I'm going to spotlight Jeannie. 1 moment. Moment, please. I apologize. There we go.
Yeah, I just want to say hello.
Amanda.
Amanda, how you doing? How are you? I really appreciate you coming to this position here and the hiring process in terms of the work that you're doing. Yeah, I saw that. I love it.
Thank you so much, Jeannie. It was a pleasure.
right, so I'm gonna begin setting up for the next presenter, and we'll wait for them to arrive.
Okay, we're going to hang up. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for coming.
Okay, we're going to switch interpreters now.
No, it's just waving hello.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, we have a break. It's a break now.
All right, I'm going to.
Simon, how's your ankle?
It's in bad shape.
Uh-oh, what happened? You fell?
Well, I got construction going on in the backyard, porch and the front deck. I have all what's called hardscape taking place.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And we've begun. Go ahead.
Hello, welcome back. Okay, I'm Ernest Covington III. I am the Executive Director for the Rhode Island Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. And I am really ecstatic, and thanking our, commission of Rhode Island Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, because we are actually under, the State Department, and we are, involved with the Employment Department, hiring people, looking for employers to come into this state and to hire people in our state. Okay, so we want to thank all of our business partners who are partnering with the Rhode Island Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. And if you never heard of a job fair, this is a virtual fair. Traditional job fairs, as you know, are, events that take place in hotel lobbies and conference centers where people go and, introduce themselves and meet with different vendors from different, businesses and so forth. So this is a similar aspect, but because of the pandemic, we were all coming together through a virtual job fair. And what's nice about this is that there are a lot of people who are looking for jobs. And so we always like to know what kind of jobs people are out there, and people are looking to see what is out there and available to hire. Okay, so the nice thing is that we are networking. And so instead of, where you have to go out to a job fair to go to a conference center to meet these exhibits, which is not taking place because of the pandemic, we have made this brought right into your own living room. Okay, by using virtual job fair through Zoom. Now, the reason why we chose to use the Zoom app platform is because of the pandemic. And because of this pandemic, it has really, affected a lot of people in terms of going out. Now, imagine the people with disabilities and so forth. It's hit everybody when you really think about it, but more so the people with disabilities as well. But I am excited to introduce the Rhode Island Search Committee, in terms of looking for all the business partners that are willing to partner with us to make their jobs that they're offering to people available to the people in the state of Rhode Island. And so there are companies that are looking to hire people. So it's an opportunity for them to, find out the potential employees that they can hire. And it's also an opportunity for people who are seeking jobs. Okay, we're doing right now during this virtual job fair are two people. We just had Amazon, and now we have Burlington Coat Factory that's about to, do their presentation about their place of employment. And then we have two more tomorrow, and Thursday, two more. So we have two business opportunities on each day of the job fair. Okay, and so this is an opportunity for many of these corporations and companies to shed light on terms of what their companies involve and what products they're selling and services they're selling. I've asked all those people that are included in this job fair today is to basically mute your sound at the time being, or, basically shut off your cameras as well so that the presenter can, speak. Now the video, we will be closing and on everybody and we will be spotlighting the speaker or the interpreters if it's needed. Okay, so what we would like to do at this time, if you have any questions, please proceed to ask your questions in the chat box. We have somebody on standby to address those questions in the chat box. And as you ask your questions, and if you wanted to, speak, you can also open up your camera and you can use that modality as well. I also want to take this opportunity to let you know that, these companies that are giving their presentations, they're going to give about 10 minutes for a Q&A afterwards. So if you can hold off your questions to that time, we would really appreciate that. Allow them to finish their presentation. And then during that question and answer period at the end of their presentation, or you can basically do it on camera or use the chat box. The choice is yours. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, I'll be looking there and I'll be seeing, we will be identifying the people who are asking these questions, and we will then, spotlight you at that moment. Okay. So please, what I'm asking you to do right now, if you have any questions, please hold off them and keep those questions very generic. Okay. Now, for those of you, so that by holding off on your questions, it will benefit the entire audience at the same time. Okay, and then we're basically going to show, you know, their information, their contact information, their website, and so forth. And you'll be able to reach out to those potential companies, you know, and ask them very personal questions that pertain to you only. And when also a place of where you can send in your resume. If you feel that this is going to be a good match for you, then go ahead and pursue that. So I wanted to thank all of you for attending today's virtual job fair. Okay, and this is the second one we've had. I also want to introduce our speaker for today from Burlington Coat Factory, which is Katie. And she is from Burlington Coat Factory. Okay, and she is actually on this presentation by phone. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce and turn the floor over to Katie. Go ahead, Katie.
Hi, everybody. My name
All
is
right, Katie, Kate, just one moment. Let me spotlight our interpreter for our audience here. Okay, go ahead, Kate.
All right, my name is Kate, and I am the Operations and Service Manager at the Burlington Coat Factory at 650 Ball Hill Road here in Warwick. And I have a couple of positions to tell you guys about today. The first one that I have open right now is our Retail Sales Associate position. So this is a position that would be customer facing. These associates are in charge of greeting and assisting our customers on the sales floor. They have a wide range of responsibilities, mostly including making sure the store remains clean, the customers are helped as they needed to be helped, and possibly ringing and bagging merchandise from time to time, as other tasks assigned by management as well. These candidates are able to have a very flexible schedule. They would be required to work nights and weekends and holidays occasionally, and they should be able to stand for an extended period of time for the majority of their shift. My second position that I have available at the moment is a receiving associate, which is a little bit different. It's earlier in the morning. These associates usually come in around 6 in the morning and stay until the afternoon. These associates work in the back of the store processing and receiving our trucks in. So it's a little bit less customer facing, a little bit more one-on-one with the other associates in the back room. We do still maintain social distancing though. Most of these associates are going to be responsible for making sure our items have tickets, the scannable tickets for selling the items to the customers, as well as security tags and things like that. There's a little bit of heavy lifting, so you should be able to lift 40 pounds at least, and again, a flexible schedule with these associates. Usually Saturdays here at this building and occasionally holidays.
So are those all of your positions that you guys are hiring for at the moment?
That is what I have at the moment, yes.
Do we have any questions?
Yeah, hi, this is Betsy from the Employment Committee on the Commission. And I do want to ask if you would have any experience with requesting sign language interpreters for job interviews.
I personally don't have experience with that. I'm sure our company does. We do have one associate currently who uses a sign language interpreter over the phone to schedule her shifts.
Okay. And are there any job opportunities for people that might want to work at home? I know that there's some people that are looking for that.
I don't, unfortunately, have anything at the store level at that moment.
Okay. All right, I think that's it, or unless there's any other questions that anybody would like to put in chat. And we could get them asked.
Also, if anyone, if any of the participants have questions and they'd like to open their video, we can also spotlight you if you would like to sign your questions. We're just going to give a few seconds for people to answer if they would like to. I'll give them the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I do have someone here. Give me one moment as I spotlight them.
Sure.
Interpret for Jeannie.
Okay.
So hello, I was just wondering about your sales. Are these jobs that would become permanent?
Before you answer that, Carol Faye, can you please open your video?
Yes. Trying. It says I can't. It says you can't start your video because the host has stopped it. Okay.
I've just asked you to open. There you go. One moment, please.
Sure.
I'll let you know. And you're all set if you would like to answer that question now.
Okay. The receiving associate positions that we hire right now are seasonal, but it's definitely possible for them to become permanent. The retail position right now that we have is, they would be hired in as a flex associate, which would mean that they would be guaranteed a minimum of 5 hours a week, and obviously there is room for growth there as well.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, one moment. I'm just going to spotlight Carol. Yep. All right. And one moment. Just waiting for Ernest to pop on here.
Okay, I can see Ernest. He's just not,
Okay, yep, I can see him too. Give me one moment. He didn't pop up onto mine. Oh, we do have one more question from one other person. Let me just spotlight that person. 1 second.
Sure.
Did you have a question? One second.
hi.
Okay, 1 second. I'm going to spotlight her. 1 second. I have to take you off, Carol Faye. One moment.
Oh,
So
all
I
right.
can. There we go. All right, go ahead.
Oh, something happened where it closed for her now. She can't see anything.
Okay. All right. I'm going to spotlight you, Carol Faye.
Okay.
I'm going to spotlight Ernest. One moment.
Okay. Hi, everyone. If there are any more questions, that's fine. Let us know. We'll keep an eye on the chat box. If there are no more questions, I do want to thank Kate very much from the Burlington Coat Factory. We really appreciate you telling us about the job opportunities you have at Burlington Coat Factory and how that works. I hope everyone enjoyed this presentation. You had a chance to listen and watch. We've heard from Amazon today. We've also heard from Burlington Coat Factory. So again, thank you, Kate. And please don't forget, folks, tomorrow and Thursday, we have 2 presentations each day with different companies from 2 to 4 each day. And every day you'll get to meet a different opportunity, a different company, and hear about what's available. Please spread the word. We'd love to hear from more of you, whether you're deaf, deaf-blind, or you have a disability. Spread the word. And thank you all so much. Thank you again, Kate. If there are no more questions for today from the deaf and hard of hearing community. I think I don't see any right now. I think we will wrap it up for today. And thank you all very much.